Hello, fabulous ladies. It is Camille here from Ignite Mr. Right to help single-driven women in how to attract an amazing life partner so they can have that passionate and committed relationship they really deserve. And today I'm having a bit of a chat with the amazing Peter April, who we just recently run a one-day workshop together, and we've decided to rerun it because it's Valentine's Day on Sunday, and of course also we had amazing feedback. So welcome on the call.
Hi Camille, hi everyone. Yeah, this is really exciting. I'm thrilled to be able to talk and share all the great tips and content about love, dating and relationships with everyone today.
Thank you so much for being here, and I think it's just a great opportunity for the listeners to just get a bit of a sense of who we are, and we'll to see if our message resonates or not. But the feedback we got from the one day event was just very a lot of the women, I guess, didn't really know what to expect, and a lot of the feedback was that they just realized how much there actually is to attracting a suitable partner, and as well as really letting go of the past, because that's really something you focus on a lot more, of course, being specializing more in the breakup recovery. So can you, I guess for anyone who hasn't met you before, can you maybe let the listeners know why you're so passionate about what you actually do and why this is so important?
Absolutely. Well, as you know, Camille, I'm a love and relationship coach, and my journey to becoming a coach really came from a 20-year, quite disastrous relationship history, lots of bad relationships, lots of bad dates, and, until I finally did all the work and all the studying and all the learning to figure out how to get love right. And, now I'm happily, in a relationship and totally in love, and I really want that for all the other beautiful ladies that have been, struggling with this. They may have success in other areas of their life, but sometimes we have blind spots when it comes to love, and we can be so overwhelmed with emotions, or we can be really shut down with emotions that, sometimes it's easier, just to put love aside or ignore our real desires to find a truly connected, deep, beautiful and passionate love. So that's what I'm really keen on sharing and teaching and helping women with.
One thing I really, really loved when we did the workshop together was, so a lot of the women in the room had been single for a very long time, and they felt that they were totally over the past, and they had dealt with it, but you took them through a few processes where they really got to connect to, what is there maybe still attached to the negative past experiences. And so I guess, is that something, do you often find that when I guess most of your clients are women who are going through breakups, but I guess, why is it so important to really clear the past completely? And why is that so key?
It really is, Camille, it really is. And what I've found, again, through working with clients for so many years, is that there's usually things from our past, bad breakups or, patterns or false beliefs, limiting beliefs that we've carried through from childhood about not being worthy, not being enough, not being lovable, not being interesting, not being attractive enough, all of these feelings. And sometimes we tend to attract partners, the wrong types of partners, unfortunately, that just validate those feelings for us, and we either continue a pattern of emotional, anxiety-ridden, bad relationships, or we shut down and just try and shut out love altogether. And so I've just really found that sometimes it just takes a few little tweaks just to go in and really sort of reprogram some of those false beliefs and fears and sometimes fantasies that we develop about love, and start with a clean slate and have success that way.
Absolutely. I mean, and it was such the women really went through a big personal breakthrough through those processes. So I guess it would be maybe great to you did just talk about the that process. What were the words again? It was fantasies, false beliefs, and fears, right?
Yeah, well, I tend to find that there's really three things that come up that prevent us from, stepping into a healthy relationship and coming to that new relationship with an open heart and not carrying any insecurities or baggage. And the things that come up are usually false beliefs around our worthiness, false beliefs also in terms of external things like, that there's no quality men, or, that I'm never going to meet someone, or that's meant to just happen naturally without me even trying. And then sometimes we also can tend to fall in love and have a fantasy about a particular man that we believe, has the potential to be an amazing partner, or an ex. We may stay in love with an ex, and those things hold us back from being able to move into a new healthy relationship, as well as a lot of fears as well about being hurt, about being unlovable.
Totally. I mean, it's and we talked about that a lot together. Like, it takes courage, it takes commitment, it takes perseverance. This love thing is actually, it's a big thing, and both of us have done so much work around it, and we're extremely committed. So we both believe that it is so important to do the inner work necessary. I mean, one thing I want to share on the fears and the what can be in the way. A lot of my clients, because I really help them in how to get into a committed relationship, they often still have a friend of benefit sort of hanging around, and even though they say like, well, there's not really an emotional connection there, but there's still often, it's interesting that there's still often more of a, maybe more of an attachment to that. So it is so, you just reminded me of how it's so important to totally create a clear space for someone really new to turn up. And it's often hard to do without any support, because as you mentioned, we often do have so many blind spots, and we justify, sometimes it's easy to justify why it's okay still to have, this connection with someone, but it often actually holds us back. So, what is one other sort of content block that you will, to give the listeners a bit of a taste of what we will cover, that you will share at the event? I know you had you shared some amazing content on the day.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff, and obviously with the art of dating, what we want to really help our beautiful, beautiful participants is to give them the tools to move from dating right through to commitment. And one of the sticky parts of that process is when we get to the stage of actually having that conversation with a new, someone that we've been dating for a little while, and having that conversation about, where is this heading? Is this serious? What does the relationship mean to you? And feeling comfortable about how to do that. So one of the parts of the workshop that I got a lot of feedback about as well is how great it was to actually have workshop the right way to authentically and confidently have that conversation with a potential new partner. Because I think sometimes we're scared to bring it up because we think, it might sound needy, or we might push them away, and that may have been our experience before. But it's really important to have that conversation and not just tick along in a relationship for a long time that's going nowhere. Because as you mentioned before, Camille, the one thing I think that really holds us back from meeting the right type of guy is staying attached or involved with the wrong type of person, the wrong man. So yeah, it's definitely really important to clear that up and to know how to move through the stages of dating to commitment.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a really big moment when you shared. I think there was a slide you shared about exactly that. To be attached with the wrong kind of guy will stop you to be with the right kind of guy. It's such a powerful concept, and it's very true. So one topic that we both actually will share quite a lot on is how to be that high value woman. You shared this at another moment I loved is when you shared the how a man initially sees a woman as that high value woman, and then things can really change depending on how she acts or reacts or loses her power, and that's often a challenge even with the most successful, most powerful, strong women. When they fall in love with someone, often it can be challenging to sort of stay in that real empowered space where we share vulnerability but also stay in our center. That can be a real art, and we both will share quite a lot about that. And the take I have, we had to really embody being a high value woman is very much about the 4 aspects of femininity. So I'll be sharing a lot about those 4 key aspects that are so important to be embraced. So I'm just thinking, is there anything else we need to let the listeners know? Like who is the workshop really for? Who is it really for? What's your take on it? And then I'll share my sort of perspective.
Yeah, most of the beautiful women that I work with have found that they've reached a point in their love life where they're a little bit stuck. So they've either been, dating and really struggling with the dating, feeling, anxious, dating the wrong man, finding they're going nowhere, or like I mentioned, they haven't dated for quite some time and, are a little bit tentative and a little bit nervous about putting themselves back out there and, want to sort of build a bit of confidence and learn some of the tools and techniques of how to be a high value woman and how to attract a quality man. So for anyone who really wants to make love happen for 2016 and is ready to say yes, and would like a little bit of support to clear some of those blocks and really move forward, then I think this workshop's great. Essentially what I've done is distilled down some of the really, really key essential points and tools to clear some of those blocks again that I use with my one-on-one clients who are investing several $1,000s. So it's a great value. There's loads and loads and loads of content that we're sharing on the day. So and it's heaps of fun as well. So
absolutely, like the women we had a ball. The women had a ball. There was a lot of interaction. It's very interactive. It's quite an intimate setting as well. So we're not going to have like 60 or 80 women. So everyone will get a lot of attention. It's a beautiful space at the Cullen in Prahran, overlooking the city. There's coffee and water and notepads and everything. So it is an amazing offer at $97. So you pretty much covered who it's for. So the only thing I would maybe add is it's really for, if you're listening, it's very much for you if finding a quality life partner is really a priority for you. It's really, you are at that stage in your life maybe where you want to have a baby, you want to have a family, and everything else is in a pretty good place, and it's just really about having the cake and eating it too, like adding that extra layer to your life, which of course an intimate, passionate relationship really gives. So yeah, really looking forward to sharing our content with the ladies on it's February 21st, Sunday, and really looking forward to sharing our content. I do believe we both share our key content in the day. Like we don't water anything down. We really, if anything, I think the participants felt like, oh wow, there's so much to it. So I guess it is also for women who do expect to learn a lot, who expect to get a lot of value. It's very much for women who are willing to dive deeper, who really want to have a big shift. Would you say that's sort of how you felt?
Yeah, absolutely. And although there are some key points we will reiterate, for the most part, I think what we're sharing is not stuff that you regularly read in books or, or dating columns or articles. We're really genuinely sharing the things that make the difference and that cause those aha moments and that, cause us to release some of those things that have been holding us back from feeling and being and stepping into a beautiful love. So yeah, it definitely.
That's a great point.
Really awesome day.
It's a great point. It's not something you just sort of read in a magazine. We're diving deep, and we're really giving everything we have, and really look forward to it. So fabulous. So we will be sharing the link to the registration page. So it's artofdatingworkshop.com, and any other questions, I guess, feel free to reach out by email, Camille@ignitemisterright.com or Peter@peterapril.com. Brilliant. Any last words of wisdom or anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up?
I just really look forward to meeting the beautiful ladies next Sunday, and especially just commend the ladies for saying yes to you and really investing in you. This is your time this year. So well done. I really look forward to meeting you.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. And yes, absolutely same here. Really look forward to spending the day together and really creating the difference. And we would love you to be our next success stories. So lots of love, and we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks, Peter.